Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Bazak. Just going to check my the sound here. Oh, okay. Hope the sound is clear. Okay, today I'm going to talk about the Quran ayats, some of them, and going to my notes. First of all, still I have a problem. I haven't resolved this, and also I had some problems coming live today. So going to my notes. First of all, this one where which one is it? Surah Tawbah 120. I think I've here. Okay, there's still this problem with this verse. I cannot kind of find a like some problem here that I can see can't resolve it. Surah Tawbah at 120, it was not proper. Okay, it wasn't proper for the people of Medina, it says, and those surrounding them of the Bedouins that they remain behind after the departure of the Messenger of Allah, or that they prefer themselves over his self. So as I read it out, I'm going to tell you where the problem is. So there's no problem in this part. That is because they are not afflicted by thirst or fatigue or hunger in the cause of Allah. Now we have various translations of this part. And so I was going to last time go, but I got caught up with some other things, questions that I had to answer, and thus I could not show you the various translations of Surah Tawbah at 120. I will keep doing this until I also get it right and come to the hope you clarify myself completely. I have a problem here with the health, with my health and all, and mental condition also. So please bear with me. So here some problem in the translation, and nor do they tread on any ground that enrages the disbelievers. Okay, so nor do they inflict upon an enemy any infliction, but that it is registered for them as a righteous deed. So some problem here. Okay, so if on one side you could say that they feel that inflicting upon an enemy, it goes in their righteous deeds, inflicting harm upon the enemy. But then it goes on to say, indeed, Allah does not allow to be lost the reward of the doers of good. So this Nangalal is here, मालकिन जी कह रहे हैं, नंगालाल जी हम तो मालकिन नहीं हैं, हमने आपको पहले भी बोला था, I am a servant of humanity here. Thank you for the thumbs up, जी नंगा भाई, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. नंगा भाई इज हियर. तो अभी ये मुझे करना है थोड़ा नंगा भाई, फिर मैं आपको अगर कंडीशन सही रही तो मैं फिर आपसे आपके क्वेश्चंस जो भी होंगे इसके बाद मैं आप पूछ सकते हैं. ठीक है, थैंक यू, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. तो अच्छा फिर देन okay, back to my English thing. So you see there's a problem here, and someone also told me Saladin actually to go through the tafsirs, and when I even now when I was going through the tafsirs of Surah Tawbah, some of the tafsirs about these words and all, they were making me very agitated and aggravated. That's why I think I would firstly concentrate. I firstly concentrated on the for the sharing here, uh, for live streams, contradictions in the Quran ayats. It's not good for my health to see this again and again. And as I have been through the tafsirs, but I may not have shared them, maybe some of them in my previous live stream. Let's see how far I can go with the details. And reading out actually makes my, I have breathing problems. So, like that, on my own, little bit, the way I do it. But since I'm like someone comes and says, well, you've taken this out of context and you didn't read the tafsir, or you don't give us the tafsir, or this and that, right? So, okay, I'll try my best to do this. Now, I don't know why I went to Surah Tawbah at the 117. Wait, I just, the tafsir is also here. This is from the Shia multilingual website. So let me read this. Surah Tawbah at 117. Certainly Allah turned mercifully to the Prophet and those who fled their homes and the helpers. So you see, this ayat I've already done. That if some say he Taba, meaning he forgave the Prophet and those who fled their homes and the helpers. So Surah Tawbah at 117, and Allah is compassionate and merciful. Okay, here it says that in the hour of straightness, after the hearts of a part of them were about to deviate. Taba means to return penitently to Allah. It refers, now I'm reading the tafsir below this ayat, the Puya Ali commentary. Taba means to return penitently to Allah. It refers to man when he stops sinning, turns repentant to Allah, and adopts piety and all this, right? But here I don't agree with this. The Muhajirs and the Ansar who followed the Holy Prophet in the expedition of Tabuk, known as the Hour of Distress, then it says that for the Holy Prophet, what does it say? From the beginning, Holy Prophet's mission was a trial for the believers. Certainly, what does it say that for the Holy Prophet? Likewise, Ghafara means to forgive when it refers to sinners. But when it is used for the sinless or the innocent, it means to bestow more blessings and rewards. So do you see this? Okay, if now I say why I disagree with this, because I've looked at the Quran ayats. The Quran ayats give me contradictions. Anyways, still let us go ahead. If you don't agree with my disagreeing with this, then I'll show you more. There's a lot. I've already done a lot. Surah Tawbah at 118. And to the three who were left behind until the earth became straight to them, notwithstanding its spaciousness. And their souls were also, they were so guilty. Okay. So the earth became reference to three Ansars. Okay, this is not important for now. Surah Tawbah, ayat 119. O you who believed, be careful of your duty to Allah and be with the true ones. Guidance and all this. Tafsirs are here um, in my notes. Surah Tawbah at 120. Coming back to this ayat. It did not beseem the people of Medina and those around about them of the dwellers of the desert to remain behind the messenger of Allah, or should they desire anything for themselves in preference to him. This is because there afflicts them not thirst or fatigue or hunger in Allah's way. Hmm? This is because there afflicts them not thirst or fatigue or hunger in Allah's way. You see, it could be that in Allah's way they don't feel any thirst, fatigue, or hunger. Anyhow, the way it's put, it's like that. Nor do they tread a path with which enrages the unbelievers. They don't step on another person's shoes, as we may see, or toes, stepping on another person's toes, like that. And you can even take it literally that they do not tread a path which enrages the unbelievers, provoking the unbelievers, or like that. Nor do they attain from the enemy what they attain. But a good work is written down to them on account of it. So, where's the bad here against? Because they did not go forth and they remained behind. In the beginning, we are told. And then it says, good doers. Do you see this? Surely Allah does not waste the reward of the doers of good, but a good work. Okay, back here. So I'm going up and down and like this. You can have a look at this ayat. Am I going fast? Do you see now I've given you it's a problematic here. Salam. Wa alaikum assalam, Salahuddin. Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for being here. You've been a great help to me last time, asking questions and all this. Now I'm going through the Shia Tafsirs. Again, the reference is that of Tabuk, but the lesson is general. The Muslims must not hold their own interests or lives dearer than the Holy Prophet, nor desert him in the hour of danger. Refer to the commentary of Ali Imran, uh, verses 121 to 128, 140, 142, 144, 142, 142, 144, 151 to 156, 159, and 166 to 167. And Anfal, so I had to go to Surah Anfal. Okay, I didn't check all this Al Imran verses, but just for now, Surah Anfal verses 16. I didn't check 16, but I went to I think verses 25 and 26 of this surah to know about those who deserted the holy prophet in the battlefields. So please, can someone help me if you can hear me loud and clear, and there's no static sound behind, or if someone can just put a yes here, or if it's bad, the sound is bad, then a no would, I would really appreciate it. Okay. So, okay, Surah Tawbah ayat 121, nor do they, nor do they spend anything that may be spent, small or great, nor do they traverse a valley, but it is written down to their credit, and that Allah may reward them with the best of what they have done. Here it says, no, oh, so this ayat, the continuation of that problematic ayat 120, I can't understand. They deserted, but they were forgiven. Their good deeds are recorded for them, for the Bedouins and the people of Medina. In ayat 120, it says, ayat 120, nor do they spend anything that may be spent, small or great, nor do they traverse a valley, but it is written down to their credit, that Allah may reward them with the best of what they have done. So, do you see the problem that the first part goes that they were left behind, and there's no punishment in the Quran ayats for them. Okay, now 122. I'll come back to this. Let's see. And it does not beseem the believers that they should go forth altogether. Why should not then a company from every part from among them go forth, that they may apply themselves to obtain understanding in religion, and that they may warn their people when they come back to them, that they may be cautious. Commentary: fighting is inevitable, and where fighting is not inevitable. Okay, let's see. Where a call is made, but you'll see I haven't read this thing a whole. Okay, let's read the whole thing. And where a call is made by the Holy Prophet or a righteous Imam from among his Ahlul Bayt, it should be obeyed. The students and teachers are soldiers of the jihad in the spirit of obedience and discipline. A suitable group from among the believers should devote themselves to theoretical and practical studies in religion. The Deen of Allah is a complete and perfect code of life. No economic, political, social, or natural branch of knowledge is outside its scope. Imam Ali said, "O people, strive hard more to discover and collect knowledge than to make money and amass wealth." A community which learns and has command over the true knowledge of the religion of Allah, the laws governing the universal plan of creation, and applies it to regulate individual and collective life becomes truly great. Okay, happy with this? Then we come to Surah Tawbah at 1, 2, 3. O you believe, fight those of the unbelievers who are near to you, and let them find in you hardness, and know that Allah is with those who guard against evil. When conflict becomes inevitable, the first thing is to clear our surrounding of all evil and destroy its power base. The last portion of this verse refers to taqwa, to safeguard oneself against evil. So, to safeguard oneself against evil, the Shias even, you have to fight. So, peace and all this, no, no, no. Generally, it applies to all the pious believers, but in view of that which has been stated, and remember, I found these tafsirs also contradictory, contradicting themselves. So, excuse me, right? Just a minute, I'll just. So, see this guidance and protect yourselves from evil. Uh, did I? And where's the Anfal verses here? So there's another verse, in that the heart, Surah Baqarah. You see here, oh, here's the Surah Anfal. Now we come to Surah Baqarah again, 204 and 205. There are some hypocrites who impress you with the views regarding worldly affairs. Of course, you would never even dream of thinking that it was Prophet Muhammad and thereafter his progeny and the caliphs he made go crazy, his Sahabas. Due to if you watched uh, that Kalnaik Indian movie that I recently watched, it was horrible, like what the Guru has done, right, in that movie to this Sanjay Dutt is the Kalnaik. So you'll know what I mean. So here is the ayat from Surah Baqarah 204 and 205. There are some hypocrites who impress you with their views regarding worldly affairs and openly call upon Allah to witness what is in their hearts. Yet they are your worst adversaries, and when they leave you, they strive throughout the land to spread mischief in it. But they say it is inevitable, war is inevitable, because you have to fight the evil and all this. All right. I just quoted from the Shia and Tafsirs, right? But you may say that I'm misquoting and putting it out of context. Please hold your horses for now. Thank you so much for remaining patient. They strive throughout the land to spread mischief in it and destroy crops and cattle. Or nasal means not cattle but progenies. Maybe progenies of how can no no there's no progeny of cattle, but you know what he's done in Surah Ashar is Allah and all this, and in Surah Tawbah. Well, there they'll say he didn't kill them, but he expelled them from their city. Okay, now we come to this ayat. Look at this Surah Anfal ayat and compare it with Surah Tawbah at, no, sorry, Surah Baqarah at 204. In the heart, this person calls Allah to witness, and he's not scared at all. What is in his heart? It's not that Allah Himself witnesses what's in His heart, right? So we have Surah Anfal, verse 24. O you who believe, answer the call of Allah and His Messenger when He calls you to that which gives you life. You have to defend yourself and you have to defend the religion, and even if it has to go to war and defensive wars we fought, and know that Allah intervenes between man and his heart, so called defensive wars actually. I have to just interrupt myself. Oh, here it is. And know that Allah intervenes between man and his heart, and that to him you shall be gathered. No matter how many warnings, Allah intervenes between man and his heart. This man doesn't have any fear. Call upon Allah to witness what is in their hearts, and openly call upon Allah. These people, these hypocrites. So they have no fear. So now, if the way I've been exposing Prophet Muhammad, so may it not affect like slowly, 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 so that you may know that who he this ayat is talking about, and that this ayat which warns people, and then look at this ayat, which meaning that this warning is not taken by these hypocrites. Spread mischief and destroy progenies, crops. Surah Hasharat, who destroyed? I mean, openly we're told, and yet in such a way, hypocrites, coming from hypocrites, that you would not believe that. I don't know how you have not seen this. So, taking Surah Tawbah 204 ayat and Surah Anfal ayat 24, okay, and then 25, to establish that he's a warmonger and a hypocrite and everything in a disordered, orderly manner. But I hope you get it right. And fear and affliction which may not smite those of you, which may not smite those of you in particular who are unjust. So it didn't smite Prophet Muhammad at all. And know that Allah is severe in requiting evil. And then we come to Surah Anfal, again, 26th ayat. And remember when you were few, deemed weak in the land, fearing lest people might carry you off by force, but he sheltered you and strengthened you with his aid and gave you of the good things that you may give thanks. Good ayat. The verse refers time Makkah, Hijrat. Hmm? Acha. He saved Muhammad Acha in the Hijrat, yeah. He saved his life, Allah, but then Allah expelled the people of Yathrib, Surah Ashur. Let's see now what else. 27 of Surah Anfal. O you who believe, be not unfaithful to Allah and the Messenger, nor be unfaithful to your trust while you know. So commentary here goes, nor be unfaithful to the trust refers to the book of Allah, the Quran, and the Ahl al-Bayt. See Hadith al-Faqalain on page 6. Do not forsake either of them for the sake of worldly possessions and gains. Occasion of revelation. It is reported that after 21 days siege of Bani Qurayza, they agreed. Now, I've read this, I'll tell you where it doesn't make sense to me. They would leave Medina and go to Syria. The Prophet appointed Saad bin Mahad as an arbitrator, but the Jews wanted to consult Abu Lababa, who was their old friend and relative, before accepting the arbitration of Saad bin Mahad. When they sought Abu Lababa's advice, he pointed his finger to his throat, just pointing his finger to his throat to indicate. Now, this is coming from the Shia commentary, to indicate that it would be as if cutting their own throats. Yeah. No, this is right. Yeah. This is right. So the Holy Prophet came, no, now this, look at this. The Holy Prophet came to know about the treachery of Abu Lababa through Jibrail. Abu Lababa at once realized what he had done. Mhm. He had knowingly defrauded Allah and His Prophet by just pointing at the throat. Then he tied himself to a pillar, or maybe he was tied to a pillar, because the contradictions in the Quran. Oh my goodness, now it's coming from one side, right? So Salahuddin, you were saying that day, right? To read in context. Sorry, I didn't have the heart to read all this in context, but here, out here, sharing live stream, the Holy Prophet came to know about the treachery of Abu Lababa through Jibril. Abu Lababa at once realized what he had done. Look what he does. He had knowingly defrauded Allah by just pointing to his throat, finger, with the finger, his throat, his own throat, telling them, these Jews, that, cutting it would be as if they take seeking Abu Lababa's advice. For what? Arbitration. Peace. What? No, no, it's who the messenger has chosen and Allah. You see? And how come this is coming from the Shias? How can the Shias accept this? We are told Imam Hussein in Karbala on the 9th Muharram, go. He put the candle off also. Take the opportunity of the darkness of the night. So poetically, getting to our hearts, right? So well put. I relieve you. Go as far, far so you won't hear my voice. And I give you time and all this. But here it says the Quran says you have to help Allah and His Messenger. Now look at the ones who have told me, oh, they broke the treaty pact also. Who came? There was this one person in the beginning. His ID was bad luck. Here, his name. Then someone came with a Russian president's name, and the same kind of behavior like bad luck asking. And then some Muslims came and told me, no, no, you are not reading this in context, and they broke the treaty. But you see here, look at this. So will this be? I hope this will be enough. Otherwise, I'll have to keep going on, I guess. The Holy Prophet appointed Saad bin Ma'ad as an arbitrator, but the Jews wanted to consult Abu Lababa, who was their old friend and relative, before accepting the arbitration of Saad bin Ma'ad. When they sought Abu Lababa's advice, he pointed his finger to his throat. This to indicate that it would be as if cutting their own throats if they go against Holy Prophet's command, order. The Holy Prophet came to know about the treachery of Abu Lababa through Jibril. Abu Lababa at once realized what he had done. He had knowingly defrauded Allah and His Prophet. Defrauded. These are intense words. This is not defrauding. You have forgiven you have forgiven him for many things, and then you know what he did in the Quran ayats. Allah, we protect you from the treaty, the oath, and all this, and break it, cancel it, absolve it, expiate for it. Then he tied himself to a pillar of Masjid al Nabawi. Oh my goodness, this is too much. I feel sick. I think I need to. Avowed that he would neither drink nor eat. And Shias are writing this for me. I can't be. Excuse me, give me a minute, please. A moment. Any questions here? Lord. Then he tied himself to a pillar. I can't believe it. Of the Masjid al Nabawi and avowed. Okay, I think my heart has stopped. Something inside. Avowed? I'm just very tired. No, no. That, no. Uh, I think I should take a break. And the Prophet allowed this, right? But then the Prophet, okay, forgiven. Another narration of the treachery had been reported by Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari that when Jibril informed the Holy Prophet that Abu Sufyan is secretly planning to attack very soon, the Holy Prophet asked his close companions to make urgent preparation for the expected confrontation. One of the hypocrites wrote a secret letter to Abu Sufyan informing him about the. Okay, this is then starts. So this all commentary from multilingual Quran. Defrauded, then he tied himself to a pillar of Masjid al Nabawi and avowed that he would neither drink nor eat until he was forgiven by Allah and His Prophet. Until he was forgiven by Allah and His Prophet. So he had to do this, right? Tie himself, neither eat nor drink. So you see this? Very merciful, right? Don't forget the very merciful Prophet and Allah. He sent anyone who even would, again, look at this. So what if they, Lababa, it's so extreme. The Jews wanted, please, someone help me. I cannot really, you see, Ghalib Kamal won't read this out, but Ghalib Kamal did a great job in the Bani Qurayza giving us details. Ghalib Kamal, ex-Muslim Zafar heretic. Now, will he's he I can't believe then then when I should say the Shias have what for Imam Hussein, but itna sympathies and all this, then I'll tell you more. There is, where is it? Let me show you. Then Nangalal, you see, itna zulm hua hai. Of course, people, I feel, I don't have words for the people who have Shias, you know, a Holy Prophet's family, uh, इतना इतना हम जुल्म हुआ है होली प्रॉफिट की फैमिली पे where was it Ahl al-Bayt you see the Shias also they cover up all this by saying later on so much zulm oops what is this going on I think I discovered you see then later on they say that what has happened Ahl Bayt pe itna zulm hua so much afflicts not us. Where's that? Sorry, I think a little bit. Descendants of Ibrahim, Ghairullah. Polytheism is the worst falsehood. Refer to the commentary of Al Baqarah 124 to know whoso has worshipped a Ghairullah other than Allah at any time in his life cannot inherit the imama bestowed on Ibrahim. Allah had promised to wilaya or imama on those descendants of Ibrahim who, like Ali ibn Abu Talib, had never worshipped any ghair Allah karamallahu wajhahu, wajhahu, and only Ali is known as the karam wajhahu, the genuine, truthful, and the Imams among the thoroughly purified Ahlul Bayt of the Holy Prophet. No one, therefore, except those mentioned in Azab, Surah Azab, verse 33, and Al Imran 61 is the truthful, huh? Authentic books, Surah Baqarah. This was a commentary under Surah Tawbah, and I'm missing something here about the Ahlul Bayt. Reference to three Ansars, the book, provision scarce, overpowering heat. Remember drought. Sorry, I can't read the whole thing out loud. Treachery. This I read. Uh, so you. No, I didn't put it. Sorry, here. I was supposed to put it. I missed it then. So in the Tafsir, I find and his Jibril Abu Lababa, another narration, Surah Hashar, Fasiqun. This. So okay, is this Mahajir? I just have to show you. I'll come back. Um Provisions, long journey. Certainly, Allah has turned mercifully to the Prophet. So here they say Taba means to return penitently to Allah. Likewise, Ghafara means to forgive. This I read out and showed you that I don't agree with this. To turn penitent, Allah, Allah has turned penitently to the Prophet. Taba means to return penitently to Allah. Oh, so in that one word Taba, certainly Allah has turned, and they put here in brackets mercifully. So this is also a mistake. You see, I found this Surah Taha verse also turned penitent, a man turned penitent. So Allah was Ghafaro, right? So you see, Allah cannot turn penitently. Here, the Shias have also made a mistake here. Taba means to return penitently to Allah. Yeah, assumption. The word certainly Allah has turned penitently to who? To the Prophet and those who fled their homes and the helpers who followed him. Couldn't Allah find a better word? And the tafsir is saying that Taba means to return penitently to Allah. But it goes with Taba. Certainly Allah then turned penitently to Allah, if you even put it that way. No. So if you put it for man, it refers to sinning, turns repentant to Allah, and adopts piety. Oh God, you try to work this out. Okay, I'll try to work it out some other time, right? I will come back to this. So Shias, Sunnis, Muslims, please see that this is everywhere. There are mistakes. So many mistakes I've found. Not, you know, every now and then, here and there, believers and so thoroughly purified. Khairullah. So a lot of zulm on Ahlul Bayt after, but you don't realize that the Prophet did so much zulm on them in his time, and the Shias jumped to that. So for that I will come back again. Nangalal, thank you very much for your help. Salahuddin, really grateful for your help too. Last time you came and asked questions, and it's helping me. So forgive me please, for the struggle and all. Sometimes I can't be clear. Last time you asked me about the point. There's lots of points and a lot of things to look at. But the first point was about the Surah Tawbah at 10, oh God, that, that there's a problem here, you see. Surah Tawbah 120, different translations had to show, and that these were good people. Allah says, surely Allah does not waste the reward of the doers of good. They never stepped on anyone, nor do they attain from the enemy what they attain. But a good work is written down to them on account of it. You see this, and I had to make many points on that, many points, and show you the different translations on this ayat. Again, the reference is that of the book, but the lesson is general. The Muslims must not hold their own interests or lives dearer than the Holy Prophet, nor desert him in the hour of danger. This goes against what Imam Hussein said in Karbala, but then you will say there's a chain, then do not blame Umar bin Khattab for bringing changes. And like Ramadan night, Tavi, what's that the Sunni Muslims do? Reciting Quran, standing up. Oh, I've forgotten that. Yeah, so it was Umar bin Khattab's. Prophet Muhammad didn't want it or something. Also they say Mutta cancelled, and then this thing goes on, and a lot of so I don't want to get into all that. I know all that, but I don't want to get into it. Neither do I have to explain it. I'm not eloquent enough. But what I'm ready for right now, even that I'm failing in. Fighting is inevitable. And where a call is made by the Holy Prophet, righteous Imam from among his Ahlul Bayt, even from among his Ahlul Bayt, it should be obeyed. The students and teachers are soldiers of the jihad in the spirit of. You see, इतना बड़ा हमें धोखा दिया, इतना झूठ बोला है सामने हमारी आंखों के, when I had these terrible doubts about my religion, uh, what did I think? I thought that something about Karbala, and okay, now it's flown over my cuckoo's nest again. So I'm having these problems. I think I'm becoming senile, very old age. I've become very old, it seems. Senile. Okay, thank you very much. I let's see if I. So I was thinking, please, I apologize for the errors and all and mistakes, but I can't be mistaken on this. That I see errors here and contradictions, right? And then when I find purified a little bit, huh? Then I find some things. I'll come back tonight or maybe later. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot say how grateful I am. God bless you all.